Friends, welcome to our channel. Today, we will discuss what would happen if the sun burned out. The sun is an essential part of our solar system, and we rely on it for warmth, light, and energy. But have you ever wondered what would happen if the sun were to suddenly disappear? In this video, we will explore the consequences of a sun that has burned out and what it would mean for life on Earth. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the science of what would happen if the sun burned out. What happens when the sun burns out? To understand the consequences of the sun burning out, we first need to understand what happens when a star dies. The sun is a type of star known as a yellow dwarf, and it has a lifespan of around 10 billion years. As it ages, the sun will gradually run out of fuel and begin to cool down, causing it to expand and become a red giant. Eventually, the sun will exhaust all of its fuel, and it will no longer be able to produce the energy required to sustain its core. This will cause the sun to collapse under its own gravity, leading to a catastrophic event known as a supernova. During a supernova, the sun will release an enormous amount of energy, including light, heat, and radiation. However, it's important to note that the sun is not expected to go supernova. Instead, it will likely evolve into a white dwarf, which is a small, dense star that emits a faint glow. The immediate effects of the sun burning out. If the sun were to burn out today, we would immediately notice a few things. First and foremost, the sun's light and heat would disappear, plunging the Earth into total darkness and freezing temperatures. Without the sun's warmth, our planet would quickly become uninhabitable, and life as we know it would cease to exist. In addition to the loss of light and heat, the Earth's atmosphere would also begin to freeze and collapse. This is because the atmosphere relies on the sun's energy to keep it circulating and moving. Without the sun's warmth, the atmosphere would become stagnant, leading to a buildup of carbon dioxide and other gases. The loss of the sun's gravity would also have a significant impact on the Earth's orbit. The planets in our solar system are held in place by the sun's gravity, and without it, they would begin to drift away into space. Before moving further, I would like to request you make sure to subscribe to our channel and like us and give your opinion in comments. The long-term effects of the sun burning out. In the long term, the effects of the sun burning out would be even more devastating. As the Earth's atmosphere froze and collapsed, the planet would become more susceptible to meteor strikes and other cosmic events. The lack of a protective ozone layer would also leave the Earth vulnerable to harmful radiation from space. Without the sun's gravity, the Earth's orbit would also become destabilized. Over time, the Earth would begin to drift away from the solar system's center of mass, leading to a new orbit around another star or potentially drifting off into interstellar space. The loss of the sun's energy would also have a significant impact on the other planets in our solar system. The gas giants, such as Jupiter and Saturn, would be the least affected, as they produce a significant amount of their own heat. However, the smaller planets, such as Mars and Venus, would quickly become uninhabitable without the sun's warmth. Could we survive without the sun? Given the devastating effects of the sun burning out, it's natural to wonder if there is any way that life could survive without it. While it may seem unlikely, there are a few scenarios where life could potentially continue. One possibility is that life could exist in underground or underwater habitats, where they would be shielded from the extreme cold and radiation caused by the loss of the sun. These environments would need to be able to sustain their own ecosystems, such as deep sea vents or geothermal hot springs. Another potential solution is that we could harness other forms of energy, such as nuclear power or geothermal energy. However, these technologies are still in their infancy and would require significant development before they could become a viable alternative to the sun. Ultimately, the loss of the sun would have catastrophic consequences for life on Earth, and it's unlikely that we would be able to survive in the long term without it. What can we do to prepare for the loss of the sun? While the loss of the sun is not something that we can prevent, there are steps that we can take to prepare for it. One option is to invest in space exploration and colonization, which would allow us to establish new habitats on other planets or moons. Another option is to focus on developing new technologies that can harness alternative forms of energy, such as fusion power or solar sails. These technologies could help to sustain life on Earth in the event of a sun burnout or provide a means for interstellar travel. We can also work to better understand the dynamics of our solar system and the universe as a whole. By studying the behavior of stars and other celestial bodies, we can gain a better understanding of the potential risks and hazards that we may face in the future. Cohen's delusion. In conclusion, the loss of the sun would have catastrophic consequences for life on Earth, and it's not something that we can prevent. While it may seem unlikely, it's essential that we prepare for the possibility of a sun burnout and work to develop new technologies and strategies for sustaining life in its absence. The sun is an essential part of our solar system, and it's hard to imagine life without it. But by studying the science behind the sun's lifespan and the potential consequences of its loss, we can better understand our place in the universe and work to secure a future for generations to come. Thank you for watching this video on what would happen if the sun burned out. If you found this video informative, please consider subscribing to our channel and leaving a comment below. We appreciate your support, and we look forward to bringing you more content in the future.